Welcome back to another installment of Full Mental Jacket. Today I want to talk a little bit about change management in the sense of mental health. So when we think of when I'm doing resilience training, exact for say children who are young at school, we're trying to instill really good habits of how they think. Just like with physical exercise and physical health, you know, you want your kids to do good things like go for walks, be more active, be less on screens and all that kind of stuff. So really good habits is obviously a key. When it comes to change management, when you've had, say, issues or trauma or something as a child or even as an adult, we have to break a pattern first, because what's happening is when people get stuck, they've created a pattern based on whatever that trauma was or whatever that event was. And so, the way the brain, as I've explained in the past, red brain and blue brain. Red brain is obviously when you use your defenses to protect you, right? When we think of ourselves in terms of how we protect ourselves, or if like you get a physical cut on your arm, you can touch it for a while and it's still sore, right? And it's no different when it comes to mental health. If things are still left unhealed, so to speak, it'll stay and cause you pain. So understanding how you can create a scar over it, but also then moving forward, is one of the things that scars do. It not only protects you, but it's never quite the same. You never can erase it. It actually stops you feeling more because it bundles around you, and it's no different with our mental health. Is when we get hurt, we want to protect ourselves. So sometimes that's pushing other people away because don't want people too close because I've been hurt in the past. And we've all heard about these patterns. You see it in movies, all kinds of stuff where people have had, even relationship breakdowns. They're more reluctant to go into another one because they want to protect themselves. So their behavior underneath it all is actually pushing people away, and they self-sabotage and all that kind of stuff. So understanding some of those things is really important for you when you want to do change management. The first part of change management is actually having enough concern for where you are right now to make the change. Because a lot of times people know they're not in a good space. They know, right? That's why people will drink or take drugs or do things that hide the pain. And so that is one way of running from actually dealing with the issue. This is where, really going deep in really analyzing what's not happening for you in your life, what patterns are destructive for you, what are the things that you really want, and then being able to start to connect. This is where I want to get to, whether it's a new relationship or a loving relationship, because you're always drawn to the wrong people, because that's also another protection. Sometimes you're drawn to the wrong people deliberately so that it's not going to work out, so that you don't have to deal with that bigger loss in the future type stuff. So all these little things you don't even realize you're doing is a pattern of potentially destructive behavior for you and not getting you what you need to. So really being quite deliberate, again, using blue brain rather than the red. So if you can take yourself out of that defensive mindset and into a place where you start to think about, what is it I do want? I know this stuff's destructive. I know this isn't good for me. I really want a relationship, or I really want to, work on the existing relationship I have in a more positive way. I don't want to push this person away. I actually want to keep this person in my life. Understanding that, using blue brain to look at the future, look at the steps, doing things along the way is really important. A lot of people will procrastinate or overanalyze why they shouldn't do stuff, and then they never start, right? So, you hear of entrepreneurs who go, just start, don't have to perfect anything. It's the same with your mental health stuff, right? Just start doing something more than what you're doing today if you're not happy where you are. So first question, am I happy with where I am? Answer's no. What's not right about it? And then start to work out, well, where do I want to get to? Famous line from Alice in Wonderland with the Cheshire Cat. Alice comes to a fork in the road, says to the Cheshire Cat, which road do I take? And he goes, well, where do you want to go? She goes, I don't know. And then he said, well, it doesn't matter, right? And that's the same here. If you don't know where you want to go, you'll just end up where you end up. So it's kind of like setting a path in motion for where you want to get to. It's a blue brain experience. It's a blue brain way of thinking about things. And then you can start to put things in place to make it work. Cheers. Okay.